Okay, it's all happening. Okay. All right. Just the way it'll happen is first I'm going to kind of intro and just check what you know. So you often find the less you know, the better off you are. It's a bit like horse racing, okay? And so you won't get distracted or anything like that. So it's only entering the bills. And just think of common sense, what goes on in life with bills, right? So if I said to you, and give me 50 quid, for your instant reaction would be, what for? All right. Whereas if I give you a bill for something and say you owe me 50 quid, you can look at the bill and say, okay, and you give me that if I sold you a phone or something. So, and it's just like that with business and you hear about scandals and money going missing all the time. So the evidence of where the money goes is the bill. And so every supplier sending bills into every business, we look at it and then we send the money off to them. That's how it goes. And QuickBooks just keeps track of that. That's really all that goes on. And now I'm going to come over here, and where you have to kind of think slightly over the box, and this is what we'll cover this morning. So there are the bills that come in. Okay, that's fine. So we'll cover that. Supplier credits. Are you familiar with the term?
Yeah.
Okay, but tell me what you understand it to be.
So it's, say, if there was something wrong with the lens or someone had a non-tall to a varifocal, we'd send back the lenses and then we'd get credit.
Exactly, yeah. So they've knocked something off the bill, all right?
Yeah.
And they generally, they should come as bits of paper as well.
Yeah.
And tell me this, the bills that come, do they come by post or by email or what?
They usually come by email once a month.
Okay, by email once a month. Grand. So you might look at the attachment size in it when it happens, maybe on that side of it.
Yeah.
So, and then it's a matter of how we pay them. So some I understand are paid by credit card and some are paid through the bank. Now I know I've written checks there, but I'd say Oliver she pays me anyway by just credit transfers,
Yeah, well, we do checks for benefits, so we'd probably be putting those in as well, wouldn't we? So someone comes in with a medical card, then we issue them a check if they bring it in a late benefit.
Okay.
So you probably need to put those in as well.
Probably do. Don't worry too much about that today. That will happen. But we've got a more, I think what Alva's looking to avoid or reduce anyway is you can lose half a day paying suppliers. Do I have all the bills? Are all the credits in there? What do I think I owe them? What do they think I owe them? Why is there a difference? And then you write the check and the date, the name, the amount. You write the amount, then you sign them, then you maybe send them. Oh, geez, the day is gone. So what you'll find yourselves doing is telling her this is what you need to pay to that crowd, and then she'll do electronic transfers, and that'll be great. And it's good for you guys as well. It's not another skill you have, So. But then at the end of the month, when someone sends a statement, who'd be a regular supplier sending a statement that you come across, Sam?
Would probably be SLR and WLC.
Okay.
They're the two main suppliers we have.
Okay. And the thing with any statement is we just want to look at it and see, do we have all those bills? And the payments we send them, is that on it as well? That's really it. Credit, okay?
Yeah.
And then we do out a list.
Yeah.
Now there's something a little bit tricky with VAT, and we'll talk about that. But I'll just talk about the support then. The thing about VAT is, and even accountants, an awful lot of them do not get the VAT system, right? But there's certain things you have to charge a tax on to the tax man. 13.5%, 23% at the moment, and other small percentages here and there, and it depends what you're selling. But testing the eyes, medical stuff, there isn't VAT on a lot of that. Now, cosmetic treatments there is, but not with kind of medical items. So we don't have to charge something on top, but we do with selling frames, sunglasses, all that gear, and there's a lot of that, lenses, all those. And before we send the money to the taxman, though, we look at all the bills we have, and if we've paid out VAT to our suppliers, it just reduces what we've got to pay the taxman directly, because the way he works is whatever we've charged people and taken in, he wants that. But just before we hand it over, if we've paid VAT to other people already on our bills, well, that's taken off what we've got to send him. That's really it. This will click into place another time. Don't worry too much about it now, except that when we're entering the bills in a business like yours, because we sell some services with no VAT on it and some services that do have VAT in it, we've got to kind of restrict, and this will be the only tricky thing today, restrict what we kind of claim VAT on, but Annette will run through that now in a few minutes, okay? So that's that, and we'll be checking back on you anyway at an agreed time in the next 15 minutes even. We'll keep an eye on things from here, without you being bothered about it. But if you have any query, if you email support@kevinbarry.ie, it'll come into me and one of us will be back on to you pretty quick. But we'll arrange a check back with you anyway, probably if today is Thursday, even a week from today, at least, whether we hear from you or not, okay? So you can take that.
Yeah, because it's the beginning of the month, so we should have all the end of the month invoices in.
Okay, so now I'm going to ask if you could share the screen there. I've got a couple of emails in from manager saying her desktop isn't letting her work, or I don't know what's going on. So, but she'll have this recording anyway. So
She could try that iPad, maybe. I'll text her.
Yeah. Can you see that, Kevin?
yeah, I can, and I'm just going to request remote control for a sec. Okay. Thanks for that. Yeah, just get rid of that there. Okay. All right, so just looking now, the handy thing is what you're at, you're not going to be bothered by all the items. And what I mean by that is if I click on this plus new, you've never seen this before, Anne, have you?
No.
No, okay. There's one main place that you'll be looking for stuff here is under this plus place, okay? Okay, and there's two ways into everything. You see here, add a bill, pay a bill, okay? So if I click on that.
So basically, we'll be doing is adding the bills within the bills.
Yeah.
Is that right?
That's what you'll be doing. Yeah. Okay, so when the bills arrive, you'll be adding them in. Yeah. And if they're on an email, we'll also get you to attach them on here. So now I'm on your computer there at the moment. I'm aware of that.
Okay.
I'm just going to click on the desktop, but if there's a PDF kind of handy, which there isn't, there's a picture there of something. But effectively, you can slide. Actually, there's no shared pictures there. But any PDF, you can just slide it in there, and it'll be attached to it there. You know. So.
Okay.
Sorry. And the second thing I'll say is often when you come across a bill that we may not have covered in training, you see this little clock here in the top left. Okay, it'll show you more recent bills that have come in. There's two there for me now. One is for today's item. I'm just going to click on that one. Okay, so okay, that she's come in. Okay, it's for training, and there's no VAT on training, so I'm just going to change that one to exempt non-resale. Oh, sorry, not that one either. Alva, when you're looking at this again, no VAT in training. So, I'll just save that. But when you see different things, just further down there to save. Do you see save and close there, on the screen, bottom right?
Right.
I'll show you on my screen here.
I think it's hidden underneath the bar.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's.
Can we move the bar up to the side?
Let me see it. Could jump up there.
Yeah, I'm just making it smaller and smaller.
Yeah, it might work.
Can you see it now?
No.
Still hidden.
Is it?
Can you
We're
right
on
click,
it. Yeah.
right click on your bar at your bottom bar and hide the bottom bar?
Actually, I've moved it there now.
That's
Okay.
it.
There it is. Okay, so I'll just save that actually for a minute.
Okay.
Okay. And you see the way it says here paid? Okay,
No, it
so
Right.
Yeah.
you'll find when you enter bills first, you can't pay a bill unless the bill is in there first. So the bill goes in first, and then you pay them. And Ness will run through how you'll be doing that. And so I'm just gonna move this down. And again, just by even looking back at recent bills. So this one, there is VAT on it.
Mhm.
Oh, that was for now. But it's great to save the one there. So yeah, everything is fine there. And she's got 40% allowed, 60% disallowed. But what is it? So a bill for me is generally accounting and professional fees. And in behind these areas is a whole list of clues as to where a bill goes. So that's why we asked you for a couple of bills there, Anne.
Okay.
Shouldn't the glass tracking be like there should be 4 lines? Sorry.
Yeah, actually there should
Just a
have
throw.
Yeah, good.
Spanner.
Miss Technical. Yeah, very good. So yeah, so she's disallowing the VAT in Athenry there and allowing it for Clifden.
So there
And,
should be
there
4
should be a bit for
lines.
each of them, yeah. But, okay. So I don't think I need to talk about too much more. I'm just going to see, can I add in those emails that Anne sent to me? Because what we're going to show you is how to enter bills, how to pay bills, how to check a supplier statement. Okay, and by paying the bills, you'll be paying them by credit card or by bank account. And you'll find in it on the bank accounts, there's a good few of them down the way. So a lot of these items on here are completely irrelevant for you. All right, so I'm just going to look here at my accountant. I don't have permission there. Okay, I'll get them on there now. So I'll think about that for a minute, and I'll get the bills through to you. Just see, do they come to me here yet?
What's the address of this laptop?
It's the same. Info Clifden
Okay.
Yeah.
Might go and send it. Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you send the bills to me, Anya?
I did, yeah.
Okay, they haven't let me just see now. They haven't.
Will I
Oh,
admit the
Or maybe they're
iPad?
yeah. Oh no, I have them. Yeah, I have them now. Yeah.
I think. Have you? Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Probably Angela. What's that? Okay, I'll that's anyway, you have them there anyway, so I'll forward them to you as well in it. Okay. That Angela car. So the iPad that. Okay, wait until the ladies come on. So really, it's a matter of you getting going now, Annette. Okay. I'll wait for Angela Curtis to say hi, or she's gone again. You'll find with the iPads, by the way, it has some functionality, but not enough. Okay, it's a bit like the mobile phone. It'll do a certain amount, but it won't do everything. Okay, so it's always better to be on a desktop, and you'll get really used to this. Be really quick stuff in the end. But don't worry about being quick today. And is there anything I've forgotten, Annette, or?
No, I was just going to show you, so I might share my screen. I was going to show you the rules on the VAT reclaim, you know, because they're quite tricky. So you can just read it and I can email you the printout as well, you know. It's just from the optician board, some rules. And then I was just going to get you to enter the bills you emailed, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, and pay them. Yeah. Okay. Maybe Angela Carr can hear us. You just see, can I unmute her? Unmute.
Yeah.
Can you hear me,
Anyway.
Kevin?
Yeah.
Oh, we can hear you now, Ange.
basically, I'm out in back office. Al has it set up on the desktops, but there's no mic, so it wouldn't let me connect to you. So I'm after bringing out the iPad. The Wi-Fi isn't great,
Okay.
and it was just a bit of palaver this morning, but it's just the way it was set up. It wasn't set up for me to basically to hear you and wouldn't allow me in.
Okay, no problem. So we're recording this anyway, Angela, okay?
Yeah,
And stay on there and listen away at least. You'll get some
I will,
idea
yeah.
what's happening.
Yeah.
And when this is over, sometime today we'll be sending you a YouTube link.
okay,
And
perfect.
the girls here are going to enter some bills, and you can do something similar with what you have there. And follow us. It's full training. Annette here is going to take over for a little while. I'll be monitoring stuff. And we'll be checking back with you in a week if we haven't heard from you within a week, you know? So,
Okay.
now the iPad is fine for
When you
listening
say
all,
checking back for what now, Kevin?
to run through what you've done. So like in the next week, I presume you're going to enter a few bills and pay a few bills for Alba. I think that's what she wants yourself and these girls to be able to do kind of routinely. It should be fine. And so we'll check back and see, have you any issues with entering other things that have confused you, or stuff you kind of wonder, is it in the right place? That type of thing. Okay. Can you hear me still?
No, I have to walk around the room to get the Wi-Fi.
Okay. Okay.
So it's
Anyway.
hit and miss.
Yeah. So I am. You'll see, I said to the two ladies here already that you can't break the program anyway. So we want you to have a, you know, we'll run through what to do here. Have a go at it. You know, what's the worst that can happen? We'll check back, and if there's anything to be fixed, we'll fix it with you. And
Okay.
if there is anything to be fixed, we'll be reassure you you're on the right track.
Yeah. Well, I kind of have, I suppose, a startup on the girls in Clifden, because I have been putting in the invoices. I have been doing the statements and a few bits like that, you know, just start off bits.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, that's there's a few things we've kind of noticed already that are in pretty good shape, but we might just it might be new enter them, so there's a few little additional things we need you to do.
Okay, lovely.
But you'll see it picked up a little bit on what we've covered already, but we'll keep it moving here anyway. And we'll anyway, and then when you kind of review the whole thing again, we'll check back. We'll agree a time for a 15-minute check-in with you all next week.
Okay.
All right.
And in the meantime, I'll say to Alva about this. We need to set up a microphone to get in to do the.
You do, yeah. There's a for about 12 euros in
Oh,
curries.
I'm gone again.
Yeah, you are. There's about for 12 euros in curries, you'll buy the right yolk, okay? Or on Amazon, yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, they aren't dear or anything, so just have a go at that. Okay, Annette, I'm going to hand over to you.
Yeah.
I'm going to put myself on mute and cover myself, and but I'll still be here. So if it's any hiccup, I'll be fine. All right.
Okay. All right. We shout for you, Kevin, if there's anything. All right. Very good. So can you see the screen in relation to the VAT input credit? So that's on bills. So it's a bit tricky, like you always, like Kevin said, like you have to look at the bill and see what it is. So if it's cost of goods sold, you're allowed to claim the full VAT back. So on the invoice, it will always say what it is that was purchased. Cost of goods sold is like frames, lenses, solutions, that kind of thing. And on that, you're allowed to claim the full VAT back. But on the general expenses, which is telephone, electricity, our professional fees, you know, anything else, advertising, rent, you're only allowed to pay, claim back VAT in the proportion between exempt and non-exempt sales, and the split in your case is 60-40. So you can only claim back 40% of the VAT that is on the invoice that you see. Yeah, does that make sense? Yeah. So I will email you. It's like a help sheet I actually got from Alva from one of her boards. So I will email you the help sheet, so you can read through it again. So you always have to think, what is it? Cost of goods sold, allowed to claim back. If it's electricity, anything else apart from cost of goods sold, you have to apportion it. And then the other tricky thing is that you have two shops. So you don't just have to apportion it between what am I allowed to claim back and what not, but you also have to split it between Clifden and Athenry. So for electricity, it's quite straightforward because you get two bills. So then you only have to do the 60-40. But say if it's something like advertising or our fee, like Kevin Barry's fee, then you have to think, okay, it's for both shops. So I have to split it in half. That would be my class tracking. And then the half has to be split 60-40 into exempt and vatable. Does that make sense?
Is that what you meant when you said there should be 4 lines on the
Exactly. Yeah, there should be 4 lines.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so these 2 invoices we actually looked at, they were okay. But if Alva wants to actually see which shop makes a profit or was profitable, trading profitably, she would be able to, on QuickBooks, call a report by class to see the sales less cost of goods sold, less expenses by class. So she can only see Clifden and Athenry. And if we don't split it correctly, then the report is out and it might say Athenry makes a profit even though it doesn't, because all the expenses are accounted for in Clifden. So it's quite important that you always, so there are 2 questions. What is it in relation to? Is it in relation to only this shop, or is it for the business as a whole? And then also, is it cost of goods sold or is it an expense? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so we will do that on an example. Kevin forwarded me your email, so we have a look. So you forwarded a Centro style around people invoice. So we have a look at that and we will enter that. So if you share your screen again.
Yep.
And like Kevin said, there are 2 ways into entering bills. So I talk you through both ways.
Okay.
So you can either go new and enter in a bill, or you could click on expenses. Oh yeah, can you get rid of the taskbar?
What am I looking for?
Hide.
Hide?
Is there like a hide? No.
Just bullet points. Oh, there it is.
No.
No.
I'm not sure what to do.
I think I can just pull it to the side, can't we? Like Kevin done there a minute ago.
Yeah.
Okay, I think
Maybe
that's
move
fine.
it to the.
Is it this one?
If you try and pull it up to the top of the screen, just pull it up. Yeah.
Pull it.
Right click and pull, Kevin?
Yeah.
No.
No, we just a request there. I'm gonna
Yeah,
pull-
here. Prove.
pulled it there earlier.
Ah,
Okay.
There it is, yeah.
Okay, very good. So there's new, like what Kevin said, like new and enter a bill. Ooh. Sorry, it's a bit of a delay. Enter a bill, or you could go into expenses, because that's what we are mostly will be looking at, expense entry. Yeah, and new transaction, and enter a bill. To completely confuse you, there's another way. If you click onto supplier, it's just this way is actually quite handy if you're reconciling a supplier and you found another bill. So say, for example, Kevin Barry. So you want to see our account. So you see all the bills listed here and all the payments against it. You could then say if a bill is missing, you could go new, enter bill. So there are 3 ways. The quick way would be new, like on the left-hand corner, new, enter bill. But if you're already in the throngs of entering bills and reconciling your suppliers with statements, then this might be the easier way, you know, entering bill. And to change supplier, you just click on this little link there at the top. So we are entering a central style. Sorry, my dogs.
Oh yes, there it is. That's good.
Yeah. And I let you take over now to enter a bill. Like, so
Okay. Go on.
I'll make a mistake.
New transaction.
New bill.
yeah, whichever way you want. It's completely like we always find our way back.
Oh.
Supplier.
Yeah, you enter in the. Yeah, you can just type on, keep on typing. Yeah, very good. Then on the bill, find the date. So it's the 23rd of the. Oh, no, you have to, sorry, you have to go bill date. So if you just follow, if you tab.
Oh, yeah, tabbed.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go back. Tab down.
Yeah, very good. And now the bill date.
11/22.
And yeah, very good. And now we have to actually read the invoice. What is it?
Okay, so it's grey M3 micro clean. Oh, they're for our cloths. The cloths we use to put in the cases that we the grey ones.
Yeah.
So they're
So
So
that's
there-
30%, the cleaning cloths.
So they would be a cost of goods sold item, wouldn't they?
Okay.
So so your decision then is there is no apportionment, you know, if there is VAT on it, which
VAT exempt, it says.
yeah, we have a look. Yeah, so if we actually look at the invoice, where are they based, you know, that will give us a clue if there should be VAT on it or not, you know. Sorry, it's a bit of a bad scan. Where are they based?
Italian.
Italian, yeah.
Oh, Italian. So it's an EU. Like it always the last bill. It kind of the last bill always comes up, so it gives you a clue as well what was entered in the last time. So you can follow that, you know. So cleaning cloth. Obviously, in the past, it was entered as laboratory and diagnostic. So we leave it at this because there must be a reason. You know, so it was for 225. So you have to change that, and but this is for Clifden, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry, in the amount laboratory, and sorry here. Can I? So you change that to 225. Very good, and then we have to change the class to Clifden because.
But it came to Athenry and we split them, didn't
Oh,
we?
you split them. So well then, can I show you? So the 225 we just go divided by 2. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then we do a, we just take
And
this
that's
off
right.
for a second. Then 112.5, we say for Clifden. Would you split it in the middle?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
do. We do Athenry and Clifden.
And Clifden, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then it looks like there is postage then as well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
750.
I think there is. You have to be careful with the postage and delivery, because there is a postage and delivery account as under cost of goods sold. And since this is cost of goods sold, we have to find the, it might be called freight. Yeah, here.
Freight and delivery.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, and that is 750
Okay.
divided by 2
Mhm.
EU. Oh, this is another can I just, NR stands for, VAT is quite tricky, I'm sorry. NR stands for non-resale, but you're selling this, you're reselling this. So it has to be,
No,
We're not
they're
selling for
selling.
money though.
We don't sell them. We put them
No.
in with our, it's a non-sale item.
but it forms part of your, like, say, it would be part of the
The complete package.
complete package. Yeah.
Oh.
So even though you may not get money terms,
Okay.
for it, it's just, it forms part of like the case, the glass, the
Mhm.
lot, So if it goes under cost of goods sold,
Mhm.
then you have to pay attention what VAT code you're using. So it has to be the for resale, not the not for resale. Yeah.
Okay.
Athenry and Clifden.
So Annette, if we make a mistake in this, if we have our attachment or like the statement in attachments, does that mean like it's easy enough to go back and change it, or? Have we lost connection? Yeah.
Unless you've gone silent, no one can hear you.
Oh, sorry. I would advise you to attach the invoice as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because say Angela would have gotten the invoice and you would have gotten the invoice in Clifden.
Mm-hmm.
To avoid any double entry, if the invoice is attached, because every invoice is unique with a invoice number. Sorry?
And would we not put in the invoice number, the bill number, so we know then if it was claimed for before? Wouldn't it show up that way?
Yeah, you could do that as well. That would be another step, to put the bill number in there.
Yeah, the invoice number. So then when you
So
go
that should be
to
clear.
reissue an invoice again, it would bounce up, that it was already put
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, but I would also advise you to attach it,
Yeah.
especially since you get it as an email.
Mhm.
It's very easy to click and drag and just drop it in there as an attachment.
Okay, so always attach. Yeah.
Mhm.
Because that would also allow us as the accountants, to view and see, have you entered it correctly?
Okay.
Yeah. In this example, so can you please enter the number?
Invoice.
Yeah.
Invoice number.
Yeah. I think it's on the left-hand side. Do you see it? Yeah, RJ. Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you happy with that part now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if we do save and new, so we just enter another one,
Oh, okay.
and I won't interfere. Which one? So there's a second one you forwarded.
Okay.
And oh no, that's a statement. Sorry. Do you have another one that you have?
I have one from Essential Optics.
Okay.
It's for
I
86.
don't see that now, so I
Okay,
let
well,
you.
what one? How about Essentials?
Oh no, go ahead, like enter it.
Oh.
I just can't control, like, so you have to control it yourself, you know, to make
Okay.
sure that
Okay, so I want to go to Essential Optics. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Bill date is the 30th. Oh, yeah, that's right, isn't it? Of the 11th, 2021. I just remembered I actually did do this before. It's a long time ago. Okay, the invoice number. I don't see any invoice number on this too.
it's usually somewhere around the
account number.
top.
Yeah, it doesn't have an invoice number on it, just our account number.
Okay, no, well then it would be really handy, wouldn't it? Like if in the absence of an invoice number, it would be very handy to have it attached. Okay,
Exactly.
well, we don't just have to,
Will I just go ahead?
yeah, you just bypass that.
It wouldn't say invoice 2, that would be the account number.
But this is a statement.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, no, you can't enter in a
Okay, that's
statement.
good.
That's so it always has to be a bill.
Okay, let me see. This one is a 0 though. This is a 0 balance. Thank you. That is a statement as well. That's all I have. I don't have any more invoices at the minute.
Okay, Angela, do you have an invoice by any chance, or do you actually have access to?
No, I'm looking at you
I don't
on the
know.
iPad.
Oh, I don't. You're
So
just
anyway,
looking at
I
us.
could get in.
Invoices the end of the month,
All right.
No,
Uh,
it is your. I think they'll send out a statement.
yeah. And then at the end of the month, it's an
Do you
invoice.
want me to call
and then-
out an invoice number to you, Anne? And do
Can.
it that way?
Yeah,
Okay.
that'd be good.
Yeah, I have one here for Essentials as well.
Okay.
So the invoice number is 1006
Yeah.
317.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're going down to yeah.
Yeah.
So these are lenses, okay?
And description.
Is
Then-
Sean Manning. So you can put in the name SHAUN.
I'm gonna take off that. SHAUN. Yes. Mannion.
Yeah, and MANNION.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah,
tab over.
And the amount is 525.20. And the VAT is 23%.
Mm-hmm.
So tab it over,
I'll
and that's
change
to
Athenry.
Athenry. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
that's to Athenry.
Okay.
Okay, tab that over and see what comes up.
now is the
Oh, you
full
have the
amount?
amount in wrong. It's 520. 5.20.
Thank you, Angela.
You're welcome.
5.20. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, 520. Okay.
Yeah, and it's 23%. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
And is it the 520 at the very bottom? So is that the total
No,
of
it's
the
not.
invoice?
See, there's VAT on top of that.
Okay, so
Of
do you see this little
23%.
box here on the side? Amounts are inclusive of tax, and you can down click
Okay.
and yeah.
To exclusive.
exclusive, change it to exclusive,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and then change the amount to 520 again. And then it changes,
It'll put 120 VAT on top of that. Then.
it will put the 23% on top.
Yeah.
So the total invoice is 640. Is that correct?
Yeah, yeah, that is correct.
Yeah, very good.
Okay.
So this is a cost of goods sold again, so we don't have to do the 60/40.
Oh. Because the VAT
so
is
we
already on, is that right?
yeah, so we don't have to think about it, you know. It would have been handy if you had some electricity or
Mm,
Hold on,
I
I'll
don't.
just have a quick gander
We
now.
don't get those bills.
or what we could do as well, we
Mhm.
could change Kevin's invoices. You know, we could change them, we could look at them and then change them, correct them if you want.
Okay. So what will I do with this now? Will I
So you just say save and
Save.
new.
Yeah,
save and new?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, there's a number on the bill. Oh yeah, 100. Okay. So
yeah,
if we
you
want
put in the
to,
invoice number, didn't you? Yeah.
so
Yeah.
if say if for example it was something like, hold on, electrician, that is okay.
Well, we could, like Kevin just suggested, we could have a look at prior invoices, you know,
Okay.
and see
Yeah.
if you
Okay.
want to.
Mhm.
We couldn't, that's the handy thing now, if the invoice would be attached, we could actually look at the invoice,
Yeah.
you know, and see how it was applied.
Mhm.
So
So most of the things have already been paid on this before. So really what we need to do is go back to the recent bills. When we say if we're putting up for Centro style, say if we got another statement in, we can just put in Centro style and we'll see what was there before,
Yeah, the previous bill being entered. Yeah.
VAT wise and
oh yeah,
everything.
always.
And
Yeah, so
then
the best way to do that is if we X out of that, if you are in here,
Okay.
you know, and you can just click into any bill, see what was done,
Okay.
you know, learn from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you could always, that's really like you could learn by example.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if we were stuck, we could go back and look at whatever. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So on here we can I just know because we just seen the last invoice and that
Mm-hmm.
wasn't in, it was okay, but it wasn't completely correct. So I might get you to correct that, and then we move on to the statements. Yeah, if that is okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So on here, so this training. Well, there's no VAT. We choose one where there's actually VAT on it. Otherwise, it's just 2 lines. Sorry. Yeah, so there's VAT on this. So the total invoice is 184.79. 60 of this VAT, or of this, like the total on the invoice VAT is 34.55. 60% is not allowed to be reclaimed. Yeah. So we have to first split it evenly between Clifden and Athenry, and then we also have to do the split 60-40. Yeah, do you understand that? So do you want to first of all split it? So we might delete one line. Yeah. Then it's all inclusive of tax. 184.79 divided by 2. So that's for Clifden. And then, do you want to, somebody, do you want to, yeah, okay.
No calculation.
Oh, you can do all the calculations in here.
Oh yeah. So we're splitting it right down the middle first, and then we're
this is just for so you see what you are supposed to be doing. When you move it along,
is that not meant to be 60 on that one? Split halfway. No, I don't know. No, you're probably right.
well, yeah, don't never mind the description for the moment. We can always do this at the end because yeah. So 92.40, very good, and that would be accounted for Athenry. And then now,
Mhm.
so that is the 184.79, yeah, of the total invoice. Now we have to disallow 60% of this to and change the 23 to exempt. Yeah. So how you do this is, sorry, can I just take over? So divided by 10 multiplied by 4. Oh, it doesn't do. It won't let me. Can you divide the 9240 by 10 multiplied by 4?
240.
Like just in the box. All you do is you divide
Go /2.
/10
Or
multiplied by
/10.
4.
Sorry.
It's not doing it, is it? Oh, Clifden is gone.
Hello?
Yeah, I just noticed they seem to freeze there. They're on the way back now. Yeah.
Are you watching us the whole time, Kevin?
Well, I'm listening. I'm keeping an eye on it. Okay, something like this happens. Step in. Funny how I wouldn't let her do that there. Okay, we can't hear a second.
We lost connection
We
there,
lost
sorry.
you there for a second, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, would you share your screen again, Em?
Okay, very good. So 9240 in the first line. Okay, I need to request remote control again so I can show you. Okay. All right. Sorry. Sorry, there's a delay. And then I would add a line, accounting. %. Oh, sorry. And this would be under exempt, non-resale. And Clifden. Now, would one of you try that for me on the Athenry? So you have to 9240 divided by 10 multiplied by 4, and then you add a line and replicate the Clifden line. Does one of you want to do that?
And can you do it, or?
I will, yeah.
So you can just type into it. You don't actually, you can just type accounting. Yeah. Oh, just keep on typing. It will come up.
Oh.
There it is. Very good.
Down.
Okay, so 60%. This percentage.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
5. Yeah. 60% disallowed. And tab over. So I need to put in 9240, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
92.
yeah. 40 divided by 10 multiplied by 6
Multiply.
because it's
into
60%, you know, so
yeah, multiply by 4, is it?
6.
Yes. And what to do then?
And then tab.
Tab.
Very good. E
And
and
that.
R. Oh no, E and R. So you have to change the VAT code because it's exempt. So you have to change it to E.
Oops.
There's probably a space. Yeah, it's the first one.
Mm-hmm. And tab
At
across.
Athenry.
Right. Okay.
And then at the top, the second line, we need to change that to 40% because that's the 50% of the 100%. So this, yeah, the second line. So the 90 to 40 need to be divided by
10 and multiplied
10
by
multiplied by 4. Yeah.
The 9240 needs to be divided. Sorry. 1 second. Divided by 10 and multiplied by 4 and tab across.
Very
Is
good.
that-
Yeah,
is that the
very
take?
good.
Right.
Yeah. And save and close. Very good. So this is corrected now. So you can, you know, you can maybe have a look through all the old bills and make sure that it's the same system. So you can learn from this one bill that is entered in correctly.
Okay.
Then
yours
Kevin,
will always be 60-40.
yes, yeah. So it's all the expenses apart from cost of goods sold. And any expenses that I forgot actually to mention that are actually directly related to eye examination, which is exempt. So say, for example, an eye examination equipment, that would always be exempt because it's in relation to an exempt activity.
Okay.
Yeah. So Kevin just reminded me to show you how to enter in credits. So like you said before earlier, Anne, you have a lot of returns and whatnot. So you would get a supplier credit. So you can either go new and a supplier credit. You see this? Or if you're in the supplier, you can go new transaction and enter in supplier credit. Yeah. So say if you're reconciling a statement and you notice that there is a supplier credit on it and you hadn't actually seen it, you know, this is the way to enter it in. We might choose a cost of goods sold account just to, or do you have a supplier credit there handy? No.
I don't know, but can I make up one and then delete it after?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, please.
So just for example, say we're getting credit from S. Okay. Do I just tab on this? No?
It will open up.
Okay.
So if you click on it, yeah.
Okay.
And then
So
new transaction.
okay. New transaction here.
Well, yeah, you can go either new there or you can go new on the other side.
Here.
It depends on what you want. Yeah.
The box with the talking Clifden and is over. Just
Okay.
Yeah.
You can move it. There's a
can I?
yeah. You can even minimize it so it disappears completely.
Okay. So for example, so this was a credit we got for Sylvia Lapierre. Oh yeah. Okay.
So it always brings up the last supplier credit as an example. So you just type.
Oh, that's good. So at least we'll have an idea of what the VAT is.
Exactly. Yeah.
So we just pop in, for example, will I put one in or?
Yeah, whatever you want. Yeah, and then we just date it maybe at today's date, so we will remember to delete it.
Yeah, okay. So the 2nd of 12th, 2021, and just pretend it's reference number 1432 or something. And then we tab over. Okay, so lenses it would be, and then say it's for
Or add a new line.
John Doe, and it's for 80. So then the tax or the VAT would automatically be 23%. Is that right?
On top of it. So, at the moment, it's exclusive of
Oh,
tax. Yeah. So if you have to always look back on your
Yeah.
credit note, is it inclusive of exclusive? What am I entering? Am I entering the bottom line, or am I entering the line item on the invoice?
mhm.
So if you want to enter the bottom line, then you change it to inclusive of
In-
tax.
Okay.
Oh, sorry,
Oh,
in the amount.
okay.
So the VAT is the VAT code, so 23%. Yeah.
Okay. So then I go
Inclusive tax.
So
on
it's 80 plus VAT, is it? In your head? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
So is that right?
Yeah, that's perfect. And then you can just, if you were saving it,
Mhm.
um,
Okay. So if I made a mistake, then I can just go up here and delete. Is that right?
yeah, and also at the bottom of your screen, I can't actually see this at the moment because my,
Save it. You see, because
the
my
bottom
account-
of the screen, there should
Cancel?
be a more, and you can delete it there entirely.
Okay. I know there's no more here, but there's cancel. That's any good. Or just delete it up here.
Is there, if you save it,
Save and new.
Yeah.
Oh no.
yeah?
Yeah.
And then
Oh.
if we go into the little clock on the left-hand corner, top
Credit.
corner,
Yeah.
Up here.
yeah?
Yeah. This
And then
one?
that's your credit that you just
Mhm.
entered, yeah?
Okay.
And now
then
at the bottom, is there like a more?
more, yeah.
And delete.
Delete.
Oh,
Are you sure you want to delete it? Yes.
two. Yes.
So this is how you get rid of transactions. If you've done something wrong, even it's saved, you can always find it. If it's recent, if it's not that recent, do you see the little symbol next to the bell? It's like a,
Yeah.
yeah.
Search.
So if
Oh,
you want
yeah.
to find something,
Mhm.
oh, it actually, or maybe it's not, yeah. So it lets you search, advanced search for a bill. So if you know only the amount
Mhm.
or the reference number, you can search for things this way.
Yeah.
So if you click onto that, you can find, so you say, you know, bill amount, you put in 100 euros, go search. It brings up all the 100 euro bills and then, or payments. And then you can go in and delete it if it's wrong, if it was wrong. Yeah. But be careful with deleting. Be absolutely sure that it is actually wrong, because when it's deleted, it's gone. Yeah.
And if we did put it in, we thought wrong, could we contact you and ask you to have a look at it?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. No problem. So so we did bill entry, credit entry, then bill payment. Yeah. So
I don't think
usually
we're doing payment, will we?
no, I show you now the bill payment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So say for example, do you have like a credit card statement there, or something that we can do it on an example, or will we just make something up?
In the or there in the very first file, there's
Oh, yeah, AIB.
Eblon. Yeah, it's Eblon now. Yeah, AIB. Yeah, pull out one of those. Okay, so yeah, we have our debit card.
Okay.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bill. So No,
These are just, they're all
If you-
statements.
these are statements from Evelyn. No, that wouldn't be any good to us, I don't think.
Just I'm aware we're slowly running out of time, so maybe we just
Pick up one.
make up one. Exactly. So there are two ways of paying a bill. One is you can pay bill here, so you go to your new and pay bill. Supposed to, and it's loading, so it's a bit slow. So you can, if it's, so say we actually want to search for a specific bill, because this would be quite extensive, list for you to then scroll down and maybe go to the next page and find a certain bill. It would take quite a long time. So we would filter, and we could say, I don't know, action coach. I hope there's a bill now. No bill. Say, I know Kevin Barry, there was a bill outstanding. We always go back to us. Okay, so you want to pay this bill. So you tick it, bill payment, and then you have to decide on the account you're actually paying it out of. And I understand that Alva wants you to look at the credit card. Am I right? No,
Not sure.
Yeah. Well, say for example, it was paid. You would know the account you're supposed to pay it out of. So you have all these accounts. And also the credit card. So say it was paid by credit card. Yeah, so you choose the bank account you want to pay it out of, and the payment date, you tick the bill and then go save and close. And then it's gone into the what you're seeing on the bank statement. I think Alva wants you to enter in bank lines, that have happened. Yeah, is that correct? Yeah. And the other way, yes, I want to leave without saving. The other way to pay a bill is go in through the expenses. So Kevin Barry and Co. And then you see the line, the expense or the bill that is outstanding, and then you can just click on make payment. It brings you into a similar screen where you can choose the bank account you want to pay out of and the bill amount, and then just save and close. Yeah. And this is mostly to do, this would be after the effect. So the bill has been paid and you see it on the Visa card or a bank statement, and you want to reconcile the account. The next item is the reconciliation of actual suppliers. And I know you gave the essential optics, because this is when you have to tell Alva what is actually outstanding and what you want to be paid. Yeah.
Okay. Hello there, Annette. So I might just come in for a second. Kevin here. Oh, look at the wrong screen. Sorry. All right, that's very good what you're covering there. I think just to make sure everyone isn't getting blown out of the water, you get to appreciate what accountants do now. It's heavy going, the bookkeeping sometimes, So just to give Annette a bit of a breather there for a second. The hardest thing about this job, I say to everybody, right, is reading the purchase bill that comes from the supplier. They're all different designs. Some of the purchase number up here, some of the invoice number there. That could be here, could be the left. It's all over, that's the hardest part. So don't ever rush that bit. And then once you get used to it, you'll know what you're looking for. That's the first thing.
Also, Kevin, some will be in pounds and some will be in euro.
Yeah. That's right. Have you gone silent, Angela?
Huh?
Oh, sorry, I thought you gone silent on me there. So
No. It's just I have seen a few coming in where they actually look for payment in pounds.
They do.
Not-
And what you've got to do, those sort of things, you learn more when you're doing. So when that happens, put in, like, I might kind of give you a euro estimate, or there's conversion area there on the bill. So we might have a look at that. But what will go through the bank will be different 100% of the time. So if £100 comes in, you might put it in as 112.14 cents in euro. But what will go out the bank is 115.42. And I find the easiest is to go back and change the bill to what you actually paid, because that's a definite then. Don't worry about foreign exchange gains or losses, or, you know, that's something we accountants might do the odd time of big stuff. But really in basic bookkeeping, we want the bill to equal what was paid, and then it'll be marked up as paid. Okay. And just to touch on another little thing, some areas is the word reconcile. All that actually is matching, right? So if your bank account comes to yourselves at home in the house, when you look at it, you like to know where the money that came in actually came from, and the money that went out, where it went. So you just look at that and say, oh yeah, that makes sense with my checkbook or with your knowledge in your head. So we're just doing the same thing here. So when the bank account comes in from the bank, when we look at it, you want to make sure everything that's come in on that is in on the screen somewhere, and that's gone out on that is in on the screen somewhere. That's all that actually is. But I find some high-level accountants, when I ask them what do you mean by reconcile, they don't even know what they're talking about. You know, so it can be a jargon word that me and the net would use all the time. But just to bring it down to what the basics are, you know, so just help you out there and give Annette a breather, because she's doing a sterling job. And it's a technical area, opticians. It's the hard, you know, because of the VAT exempt, non-exempt, and when we send stuff into the taxman, they're always looking for this issue, and that's why it's easy to get it once it's shown to you the way it's shown to you. But if it was never shown to you, you wouldn't know what the heck you're dealing with, you know. So, but it's fine. It'll be easy enough. So I'll go away now for a minute. Okay. Back to you, Annette.
Right. So with the payments, it might explain it better when we actually have a look at the statement, because on the statement, it will show all the invoices that came in. It will show the credits that have come in, and also the payments that were made. And then the bottom line of the statement should match QuickBooks. You know, so what we are going to do is this essential optics balance should match what's on QuickBooks, hopefully. So if you find the supplier, essential optics, please, if that's okay. Very good. So the statement is dated the 30th of the 11th, 2021. So it's very recent. Do you see on the, our pictures might be above it. Do you see like open overdue on the right-hand corner? Right-hand corner, top corner. Do you see this? So this is an indication that something is not quite right with this account, because it's supposed to be matching your statement. And the statement balance is 1753.94. So there's definitely something missing. Yeah. So hopefully whatever is missing is in this period. Otherwise, you will have to go back, find last month's statement and the months before, and maybe go through it that way.
Or an invoice not being entered, is it?
Yeah, so hopefully there's an invoice that is on the statement that is just not entered, and then it all makes sense, it all balances out again. But if it's not in this period, like I said, you have to go back to previous period and say, is there something missing maybe in September? You know, so I can't actually see the invoice very clearly, so I'm relying more on you to check. If you could just, so there's a date. So you have to, whatever you see here, but this is in date order.
Okay.
Do you see the first line? I think it looks like, to me, it looks like a 30.
Yeah, 30th of the 9th, 21.
Okay, and it looks like an 802.
822.
Oh, sorry, 822. So it's an invoice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can't see this here. This should be in here, shouldn't it? So this means you have to find the invoice and enter it in.
Okay.
But you have to find the invoice because this specific supplier has VAT on it.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't just make the assumption that VAT is 23%. It all depends on what was purchased. Could be 13.5%, or it could be exempt. You know, so you will have to find the invoice. So what I would do is, if you have the invoice printed, I would mark on the invoice missing. Yeah, and then go to the next line. Check the date. Check the amount. See if it's there. If it's not there, then mark on it missing. And I would go through the statement line by line, go line by line on the supplier here. What do I see? What do I see? Does it match the statement? And then go back, find the missing invoices, enter them on, and then hopefully at the end of it, it should match, like the open item overdue, like the open item should match the balance on your statement. And then you can say to Alva, okay, overdue amount that needs to be paid, which is such and such, and it needs to be paid. And then she will put it through. Yeah. And at the same time, you can then make payment on these. This is now quite a bad example because there are so many missing. It looks like that they're all missing, aren't they?
Yeah, from September, 1 from September and 2 from October.
Yeah, so first thing you would have to do is enter them on, and there's some credits as well, isn't there?
There is, yeah.
So they look like supplier credits. So you have to look for all of them on this statement. Do you by any chance have an older statement?
I'll have one here in my book. 1 second.
An older one from subject.
Or any other statement
Any other
where the
statement?
account might be a bit more up to date? Or Angela, if you have anything, any supplier we could look at, I know we can't share the statement, but
Bear with me, I'm just going through it.
just so that you understand the concept of reconciling your supplier.
One here, Annette.
From
Okay.
from earlier this year.
Okay.
Yeah. 610 Maui Jim.
So this
That was back in
statement date is the 1st of the 3rd, 2021.
Okay. So you have to scroll down.
Yeah.
And then just you
Yeah,
should
found
see,
that.
because I would say Alva probably reconciled this. Oh no, you don't need to tick it. Well, whatever makes you, like, you tick it on the actual paper statement, you know, saying like, oh yeah, I see this, I see this, I see this, I see this.
9-2.
And if you
Minus
see all of them, then that means all the information you have on the statement is on QuickBooks.
What we
And-
normally do there, Annette, is even go back to suppliers and request those invoices that are missing.
Definitely, definitely, you should
Yeah.
definitely do that. And
what
you
we
could
normally do.
also, you should also request statements. So say if you didn't have a certain statement in the, so say August statement is missing, or September statement most recently, because there's obviously a gap more recently. If there's a statement missing, go to the supplier, email them, ask them for a statement. They're usually very helpful, you know. And hopefully, like this also looks a little bit like, usually I would expect the balance. you know, so if it's a regular supplier, I would expect the balance. And like yeah, these are payments in the future.
Yeah, it's 6th for the 12th.
Yeah,
Mm,
we can have a look and see who entered it. Yeah.
okay.
If you click into it,
Mhm.
and then do you see more?
Mhm.
And then audit. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So who entered it? Oh, you don't have permission. Sorry. Maybe it's something Alva has highlighted for herself. I need to pay this. You know,
Yeah.
so maybe this is something that is going to happen.
Okay.
Is there any like because we can't really work on example, you know, is there any confusion about this? What you need to do, tick each line on the statement, identify which invoice is missing, and enter it on, and then the balance is supposed to match the top right hand corner. Is there any confusion about this?
No.
No. Okay. Kevin is back.
I am back. Yeah. How are you doing? Okay, very good. So I'm on a few screens
And
here.
yeah, and then the last thing, you have to tell Alva. So if there is something overdue or needs to be paid, you have to give her a list. I think this is what she really needs help with. She needs a list of
Overdue
suppliers, yeah, that she needs to pay,
bills,
you know,
yeah.
where you are happy with that this is actually the balance. The supplier says we have the same balance, because that's always the issue. You know, like that a supplier might say like, oh no, I supplied this to you, but it didn't actually arrive. It wasn't even in relation to the business at all. It was by accident for somebody else, but they accounted it on your account. That's why we're reconciling suppliers. And it can be quite time consuming. And I understand Alva would love for you to give her the amount she needs to pay, and that you're happy with, yeah, this is owed.
So
Okay.
basically, when we will be happy is when the invoice match up to the statement amount.
And you're happy that the invoice actually happened, you know, that
Yeah, we
yeah.
physically have this invoice.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
Yeah, there's a few things there now that came out of that I kind of clear, and I think you're all getting it. Certainly attaching the bills there on QuickBooks, Angela. You know, Cian went off and got files and looked them up and all that. So if the two of you are talking, it's great that the document is on the screen there, you know?
Yeah.
These are attached there. So if someone emails in the bill, just always drag it in there. It's fierce. It's
Attach
handy.
it, yeah.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, you can shred it after that. All right. We shred all our bills every day here. Burn them, throw them out, delete. You know.
Well,
once
yeah. As far as I know, Fergus takes them home.
Okay, but that's
All
fine
the
for you.
invoices. Yeah.
Yeah. So think the more of that you can do, and the more you'll kind of see the benefit of it. That'll grow. That's the first thing. The second thing is, yeah, if someone sends you a bill for, I'm looking at Maui Jim there, if he sent a statement at the end of the month for £1,000, and you look at your screen, you see 173, it's alerted you there's something off. Now, what you do is you just look at his statement and see what bills you're missing or what payments you've sent him that he hasn't got. That's the other thing. Other people make mistakes too, so you'll find that. So when you're checking, you'll come across their mistakes. And once a different type of thing, but I had a guy who built a house for someone, okay, and Joyce's in Headford gave him the bills, but they never took one penny off him because somebody else with a similar name was paying Joyce's in Headford, and they put it against his account. So an entire house went up. We're talking a few $100,000, and it wasn't paid for. Now they found it in the end. It took them about 18 months to come back to him. It was a big call, wasn't it? And but someone had overpaid that. So that's what I'm talking about, and that was big stuff, and you know the small stuff. So that's the second thing. The third thing we didn't really get onto, but once the stuff is in there right, it's just paying the bills then, and you'll find when you're checking the statements and they're in there, the last bit is really easy. Okay, and I'll show this, and you can kind of test it out on a small little guy. So am I able to share this is your screen. Just can I request remote control for a second? Oh yeah. So I need you to share your screen again, and I'll request remote control this time. Have you done any getting bills ready, Angela, to be paid or anything? Have you done that yet?
No, my extent is putting in the invoices. I've paid the post, the custom duties. I've done that part with the credit card.
Okay.
I have entered the checks that we would have sent out, that kind of stuff. It's just very basics, really, Kevin.
Okay. I'm just seeing if I can get onto remote control, because we'll finish on this little point just to illustrate to you how simple the last bit will be. Oh, can you move that thing at the top of the screen? Oh no, hang on, I got it. Got it. Request remote control. You might hit that in. Am I on there? Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. So it's all common sense, really. And if ever you get kind of confused in your heads, just say what actually happens in practice. So you can't pay a bill unless it's in there. So there's money flying out of accounts, So if I worked for you and you were in Dublin or something, I was running the shop there in Clifden, and I'm paying fellas left, right, and centre, you're just going to ask me, why did I pay them? And the answer back should be, well, there's a bill there and we got the stuff. And if I'm happy, and that's an answer. But if there's money flying out and there's no bills that we actually paid, that's when people say, what the heck has gone on there? And they wonder about it. But this will actually tell you what to pay people. So here now, all the bills that are in there that are unpaid on the system are listed here. Okay, and all I did was click plus and pay bills. So I'm going to pick Dorigo there. Okay, see him. So there's different names and they're in date order going down. But you can if you have a statement in front of you, I'll pick Dorigo. I see him there. And it'll just show me those ones. Okay, so there's the Dorigo ones. You see here, so we'll just see what's across. There's the name of the Dorigos that are apparently unpaid, the reference number that's on their invoice, the date is probably 10 days after the invoice date that they're expected to get paid. The amount in total on the bill, it's a good one there at the end now, which is recent enough, 2,500 over that. Where it says credit, it means there's credits entered into their account. Now you can't see them here because this is only bills, but if I click into that bill there, it'll show me the amount of credits that are there unclaimed. Okay, so we haven't put them against, say this credit goes against this bill. So if we wanted to use up and just pay this crowd some money, so I'll go down to the last guy there. Say we said we've all these credits, we haven't claimed them yet. If I just tick it here on the left, okay, so unclick the first guy. Unclick the first guy goes in there. What it's done is the 2.6 has claimed all the credits, and the check we would owe or the transfer is the 2.239 here at the top. Okay, and if we were paying the rest of these, okay, it's going to keep adding up there on the right hand side. Okay, and I'll mark these off and I'll delete it afterwards. All right, so we want to pay the whole lot. We've claimed the credit, okay, and then it's going to ask you what account we're paying it out. If it's a bank account, we expect to pay it out. Leave that there. If it's the credit card we use, because that's the type of crew they are, you'll find the credit card is down here somewhere at the bottom. Ulster Bank credit card, Visa. So it'll be the credit card there, okay? So this is probably more for you, Angela, but just in case Emma and Anne have a crack at it, this is the simplest bit. Everything is in. We've matched to the bank statements. As Alva's saying, just give me a list of who I owe money to, okay? So we've done Doriga, and what I would put here, right, is a reference on the bank account. I would put here to pay. Okay.
Okay, to pay.
Okay, so we know it hasn't gone through yet. So I'm going to click save. Okay, and nothing really happens now. Now all those guys will be marked off as paid, and Doriga's gone here for pay bills. But I'm just going to show you if it'll allow me with the permissions on this report area. Okay, just see. Okay, check detail. Let me just see. Just glancing down. So there's a bill payment list, which is similar to what I just showed you there. But let's click check detail. That might be the one. And did Doriga make it up there? Yeah. So say we did a rake of those things today. Doriga's down there and he needs to pay. So she knows we haven't paid him yet because there's 3,069. These ones have been put through by the business already today. That's why they're there. That's for you. And you could have a list of those ones that she just wants to know how much I pay them. And the reason she wants to know that is because she's confident you've got the bills in, you've applied the credits, you've checked into supplier statements, and they've got to be paid anyway, you know, so there's always going to be a figure there. And that's it, really, you know. So the mysteries. That's the last bit, and that's the easiest bit. Paying them will be dead easy. I opened this at the start by saying writing checks in the old days. You know, you'd be half the day checking, did you have the bills in? Did all the money you had paid got there? And let's just say you're happy with all the numbers. By the time you write the flipping checks, you're writing them, you check number, have I paid them before, the amount, then you handwrite the amount, the date, who signs it, put it into an envelope, post it, and it's gone, and mark it off. Half the day will be gone, just paying people, you know? So, but that's not the situation here. So.
And say you made a mistake there, you know, you probably have the screen still open at the bottom. Like if you click into that transaction again at the bottom, it gives you more and you can delete it. Oh
yeah, that's right, it does, yeah. So, because all you're doing on this is telling the computer we're paying these bills, and actually you're not actually paying them. So
you're physically not paying them,
but you're lining up the amount.
Companies, yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, just share the screen one last time there. So this is worth a look over again, because we've covered the hardest part of the job is keeping track of the money. All right. And but now that you've I mean, it doesn't get any harder. It gets easier from here on in. Okay. So I'll just show one extra thing. Well, actually, you can click on it then. If you click on the bill payment check there, Emma, for a second. Yeah, just click on that part. Click. Yeah. So it's bringing up the checks that amount of money is paying. Sorry, the bills that is paying. And say you glance at that and you said, one of them seems to be in there twice. If you click on one of those bills on the left, click. Bring up the actual bill that one of you entered. And on that one there on the left, actually, I can see there's an attachment on it. You see there on the left?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Click on that guy. And it brings up the actual bill. Okay, so that's how in-house it can all be. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So just show you the benefits of the stages there, and there's no work to these things, you know. And it's then things evolve. You might find a Revolution account where you pay things through. A different type of purchase invoice will come, and it won't look right. I'd one that was an Irish address, Irish company. The goods came from England, to a UK VAT number. And I said, oh, how do I handle this? Well, we'll wait till across that anyway. But the hardest part is reading those documents. Say, what the heck has gone on here, you know? So that's it. That's it. So any immediate questions of? You seem to kind of grasp it very well. Yeah.
Yeah. I suppose Kevin really is going back to the very beginning. Make sure you're putting in the invoices correctly.
It is. Yeah. Yeah.
And if that's done, it's kind of plain sailing from there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a monthly routine thing, and if they send out their supplier statements, it's a handy cross check. And if they don't pay anyone unless you have a bill from them. I mean, it's very easy to send a bill to say email, or send an email to say send me in that bill, and attach it there. And then when you look at it, it mightn't be you guys at all. It might be our Drahan opticians that should have gone to and say, what the heck, you know, someone's ringing you looking for something, and you didn't get it at all, like, you know. You'll find other people make mistakes anyway. The more you're on top of this, that's what you'll find. Yeah. Anyway, it's a nice little addition to the job, and it's a very skillful thing. So, and the program is great, and it's evolving all the time. So, if there's any little webinars coming up, I'll make you aware of them, stuff like that, and you'll see they'll come up on the program there. But I'll make you aware of them. Just, you know, the more you know, the easier it is on us as well.
Can I just double check one thing? The statements, do they always come out at the end of the month?
Yeah,
Or can you get a mix of a statement and an invoice on the one piece of paper?
no, normally the first of the month, I think, Emma, the statement comes in for the previous month.
Perfect.
Yeah, that'd be the norm anyway. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and it's, you know, I don't know, do you send statements? I don't think you have to, but you'll find the ones who are sending statements, the ones they're on top of their business generally. You know, if it's just one invoice, if they're not sending statements and they expect you to pay, you kind of don't tend to focus on them until the statement comes. So today is Thursday, so we might just schedule to check in. I'll leave the same link there. Okay, for next Thursday at 10 a.m. I know you've other things going on, but if any of you will have a look at what's going on, but even yourself, Angela.
Yeah, Kevin, I'll just say to Alva, see, can she set up a mic? That our desktop won't allow us to tune in without a mic, seemingly.
Okay, well, I have a special camera here with a mic on it, and you buy them on Amazon or in Curry's for 10 or 12 euros. So one of no harm for you to pick it up over there anyway, you know. Plug it in the back and you're away in a hack. Yeah.
See, we're actually out in the back office. That's my problem. I'm away from the main place.
Well, if you don't come on next week between 10 and half 11, that's fine. But the email is support@kevinbarry.ie. So you have 30 days unlimited support here. I know Christmas in the middle, but the next week or two will be the main time, I'd say,
Okay. So get working on it.
Yeah. Just have a go. And don't be afraid of making mistakes. Have a go and you'll learn from the mistakes. You won't learn by doing nothing anyway. So
And anything can be amended, deleted. Just delete that one payment Kevin entered in, if you can. It's a really user-friendly program, and you can always ring us as well, or me, for sure.
Okay, and you might delete that payment I made on there. Now we'll notice if it's not. So there'll be one extra thing you need to do. So all right. Okay, ladies, I'll let you back. Shop's open.
Thanks, Annette.
Thanks for coming online.
No, thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye. Bye.
See you soon. Bye for now.
Bye.